The minimum driving age should be raised by Ramesh Ramadas. As we approach summer break, when 16-year-olds are eagerly taking driver's education classes and getting their permits, we must stop to ponder this question. Is 16 indeed the appropriate minimum age to start driving? A vehicle, if not driven carefully, can become a weapon of mass destruction with just a small mistake made by a distracted or an inexperienced driver. The statistics in our nation are sobering. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, 3,466 teenagers ages 13 to 19 died in motor vehicle crashes in 2009. 16-year-olds have higher crash rates than drivers of any other age, and vehicle crashes were the leading cause of death among 13 to 19-year-olds. Teenager 2009. Further, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says that teenage drivers and passengers are among those least likely to wear their seatbelts and most likely to use their handheld cell phones while driving. In order to lower the number of teen driving deaths, the driving age should be raised to 18. It might seem that teenagers are mature enough to drive at 16, but there's evidence to prove otherwise. Besides having a proclivity for impulsive actions at this age, there is now medical research that backs up the theory that a 16-year-old is not ready to drive. Brain researchers at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland, have found that the executive branch of the brain, the area that's responsible for weighing risks, making judgments, and controlling impulsive behavior, is not fully mature at 16. Careless attitudes and rash emotions often drive teen decisions, says Jay Guide, Chief of Brain Imaging in the Child Psychiatric Unit at the National Institute of Mental Health, who leads the study. While it may be an inconvenience for parents to chauffeur their kids for an extra 2 years, I believe it is well worth the bother to mandate a higher minimum driving age. Efforts to do so have been unsuccessful as driver's permits and associated laws are under the purview of individual states. Some, like Michigan and South Dakota, have a minimum age of just 14 to get a learner's permit, while New Jersey has the highest age at 17. Is the highest at age 17. Safety experts are unanimous that raising the driving age will dramatically reduce teen fatalities. The bottom line is that when we look at the research, raising the driving age saves lives, says Adrian Lund, president of the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. It is time for federal action to enforce a higher and standard minimum driving age across the nation. In 2011, the Safe Teen and Novice Driver Uniform Protection Act, also called the Stand Up Act, was introduced to do just that, along with a 3-step graduated scheme with restrictions to drive lifted only at age 18. Unfortunately, the effort stalled and the bill is yet to be law. Between having to drive your child an extra 2 years or the unthinkable calamity of an accident or fatality, the choice is clear, and any thinking parent should gladly be willing to play chauffeur.